Hey, how's it going, guys? This is Robert Kenobi, and this is a video that I've been wanting to film for a while now. It is the WWE Fan Wrestling Challenge. This is a challenge that's been going around YouTube for a while. I believe it was started by either Brandon Hodge or I don't know the guy's real name, but I think his YouTube name is Wyatt Fan. So basically, it's 21 questions WWE style, and at the end, for anyone who does the challenge, they're basically nominated, and then they do the challenge and they nominate like 3 other people. It's very similar to the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge. The catch here is that no one nominated me. But I said screw the rules because I like interactive challenges like this. So I'm just gonna do it myself. I personally nominated myself to do it. But I will nominate 3 people at the end of this video. So I got the questions here, and let's get right down to it. So, favorite current superstar? Real easy. Finn Balor. I love Kevin Owens. I have a bunch of favorite superstars on the main roster, but my favorite current superstar right now, my all-time favorite, is Finn Balor. I mean, that dude is a hell of a performer. He's an enigma, and I mean, what also like what separate? Okay, it was a bit of a tie between Balor and Owens, but because I love both of these guys, but what was the tiebreaker for me was Balor, like the merch I want to get from this guy. He has an 8x10 that was available on WWE Shop that was autographed. I don't know what happened to it. It's not there anymore on the website, but I want it if it's ever put back online. It'd be great for my collection. He has some action figures coming out that were revealed at San Diego Comic-Con that I want for my collection, including that badass looking demon that's going to be part of the Elite series in the future. I love his entrance theme. I throw my hands up when I listen to the entrance theme at that one part. Balor's just friggin' awesome. So yeah, Finn Balor is definitely my favorite current superstar. But like I said, I have other favorites on the main roster in NXT, but Balor is my current favorite. Favorite superstar of all time? No brainer here. Shawn Michaels. He's the guy that got me into the WWF when I first started watching wrestling. He's just one of the greatest performers of all time. I mean, what else can I say about Shawn Michaels that hasn't been said? I can make this comparison though. Shawn Michaels to me, as a wrestling fan, was like what Michael Jackson was to me with music when I first started listening to his music. That's the best comparison I can make. You know, Shawn Michaels did for me in wrestling what Michael Jackson did for me in music. So, Shawn Michaels, my all-time favorite, a guy I definitely hope to meet sometime in the future. No questions asked. Favorite current diva. Um, I was gonna say Paige. I love Paige. I'm hoping to meet her at San Jose Comic Con. But I really love Sasha Banks. Um, And I'm not gonna go. Yeah, I don't want like any of my answers to be a tie. So favorite diva has to be Sasha Banks. I mean, I love Charlotte, I love Becky, I love Paige, but I gotta go with the boss, Sasha Banks. Favorite diva of all time, Trish Stratus. Who didn't love Trish Stratus? I mean, Trish is one of the Trish is one of those trailblazers for women's wrestling because she started off as a fitness model. I don't know if you guys remember that. And then she came to WWE. She was a valet. Then she transitioned to a wrestler. Was green in the beginning, but then transitioned into one of the best divas, one of the best women wrestlers that we've had in recent years. Someone I definitely love to meet. I almost got to meet her at WrestleCon, but she had to pull out due to the unexpected passing of her father. But yeah, Trish Stratus. Love Trish Stratus, definitely my favorite diva. WrestleMania or SummerSlam? WrestleMania. Because WrestleMania is more than just the event itself. It's it's the entire week, you know, Access, Hall of Fame. Um, I haven't been to many WrestleManias, but, you know, WrestleCon, Access, the Hall of Fame, all those events, plus WrestleMania itself, make WrestleMania like the granddaddy of them all, the Super Bowl of professional wrestling. So definitely gotta go with WrestleMania. But SummerSlam, SummerSlam is fun, but like I said, WrestleMania is more than just WrestleMania itself. It's this entire event. It's a worldwide celebration, so to speak. So WrestleMania is my pick. Do you have the WWE Network? Yes, I've had the WWE Network for more than a year now. I had it. I was one of the first people, not one of the first, but I signed up on the first day that it was available, and I got that $25 coupon as a thank you for being a subscriber for the whole year. Favorite title belt of all time. I love Stone Cold's Smoking Skull belt. That was really creative and that was really innovative for its time. But I think the Winged Eagle is my favorite WWE Championship. You know, that's the WWE Championship I was introduced to when I first started watching wrestling. It just has a very nostalgic feel to it. But I've also loved, like I said, Austin Smoking Skull belt. I was a big fan of John Cena's two spinner belts, the U.S. title and the WWE Championship. Um, I like the old school Intercontinental Championship. I also like the design of the old World Tag Team Championships, the ones from like 96 through 2002. But my favorite all time would have to be the nostalgic Winged Eagle. Favorite current title belt. I have to say the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. I like the new logo better than the old logo, like when The Rock introduced it 2 years ago. I just like the new WWE logo, the one that's on the network. I think that belt just looks a little more colorful. It stands out a little bit more than the belt Rock introduced like 2 years ago. But you know what? I also like the look of the NXT Women's Championship. Divas Championship is cool. And what's that other belt? Um, Sorry guys, I'm trying to blank here. There was another belt from WWE that I really like. Well, anyway, like I said, my favorite current belt is the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, but I also like Divas design, the design of the Divas Championship. I like the NXT Women's Championship, and I like the did I say NXT United States? No. Let's just leave it at that. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to blank here. So my favorite current is the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Least favorite superstar of all time? Hmm. That's kind of tough because, well, was never a fan of Great Khali. Was never a fan of the Boogeyman, really. Um, Damn, that's kind of hard. I'm just gonna say Great Khali because I never really liked the guy. And I know he was definitely not one of the best performers in the ring. So I'm gonna go with Great Khali. Least favorite current superstar. There's a few. Um, Not really a fan of Big Show. Nothing personal. Never really been a fan of Zack Ryder. Um, Heath Slater. Uh, Miz. I'm just gonna go with Zack Ryder as my least favorite because I do have other least favorites, but like my real least favorite, my number one would be Zack Ryder because I've just never really been into the guy. Nothing personal, but I've never just been a fan of the guy. Favorite WrestleMania moment. I have a few, but my favorite moment from WrestleMania would definitely have to be WrestleMania 18, Hollywood Hulk Hogan versus The Rock. Simply because of that one moment. Well, that match, the crowd made that match, and the fact that it was Hulk Hogan versus The Rock in a match that no one ever thought we'd see, that itself was a WrestleMania moment. You know, the light bulb was going off. But the moment for me that stands out in that match, and it still gives me goosebumps, is when Hogan hulks up, and that crowd just blows the roof off of Skydome. They just go insane. And then, he drops the leg on Rock, and that crowd just really goes ape shit. And what also does that moment for me is Jim Ross, the way he called that moment when he goes, he beat Andre the Giant with that move. The way he calls that moment gives me goosebumps. I mean, that is just an incredible WrestleMania moment. To this day, like I said, it still gives me goosebumps. Um, I will throw in a special live moment because I was obviously at this event. Seth Rollins cashing in because we were unsure if he was even gonna cash in at during the Brock and Roman main event, and I just marked out like I never marked out before when I saw Rollins run down the ramp, cash in, and successfully cash in might I add, because I was afraid he'd make a mistake and then he'd lose, especially when Brock caught him for an F5. But that moment was just awesome. I mean, what a way to end WrestleMania, my first live WrestleMania, and it was just an incredible WrestleMania from start to finish. So my favorite WrestleMania moment is Hogan and Rock from 18. But I had to throw in, Rollins cashing in at WrestleMania 31 as a special entry because that was just an amazing experience itself. Favorite era, real simple, Attitude Era. That was the era where you had to be a wrestling fan, or that was the era that really got you into wrestling. I mean, that's when WWF started to take over. That's when they started to really give WCW a run for their money. So many great moments, so many great stars. Attitude Era will always be #1 in my heart in terms of favorite eras. Favorite match this year so far? Finn Balor versus Kevin Owens from Beast in the East in Tokyo for the NXT Championship. Just an incredible match. A real big fight feel to it, especially with it being in Japan. Just an incredible match with Balor winning the NXT Championship. Fitting homecoming for him because he made a name for himself in Japan. Just an incredible match, like I said. I will throw out an honorable mention because this was originally going to be my favorite match prior to watching Balor and Owens in Tokyo. This was going to be the original answer, and this is still an incredible match. And you're going to be surprised at what match it is, but my honorable mention goes to Sasha Banks versus Becky Lynch from NXT TakeOver Unstoppable for the NXT Women's Championship. Those two women really raised the bar for women's wrestling. They raised their A game. Becky Lynch had her coming out party. Sasha Banks further established herself as, one of the best women's wrestlers out there and on the NXT roster. Just an incredible match. I was so happy for both those women. I mean, that made me really appreciate women's wrestling, the way that those two just went out there and put on what I personally thought was the match of the night. I mean, that was just an incredible match. I've enjoyed a lot of other matches this year. The triple threat match from the Royal Rumble, the two Kevin Owens John Cena matches, a bunch of matches from WrestleMania. But my personal favorite this year is Balor and Owens from Beast in the East, with the honorable mention going towards Becky Lynch and Sasha Banks. Favorite piece of merch you own? I don't own a lot of merchandise, but I'm probably gonna go with my WrestleMania 31 program. That sounds like a real simple, kind of cheesy answer, but I just really like that program. Uh, how it's laid out, the I just really like the layout of the program. You have, the event previews, you have the sections for the superstars to sign. I just like how it's laid out. The Hall of Fame section is really nice and colorful. And then you have recaps of the previous 30 Manias inside. So, and they're most likely gonna follow um that same layout for like 32, 33 for those programs when they come out. I just been looking at it a lot lately, reading it. I really like just how it's laid out. So yeah, I'm gonna go with my WrestleMania 31 program. I mean, if I had to pick something else, um, it would probably be this figure. Let me grab it real quick. Hold on. It would probably be this figure. Hold on, guys. Though, probably be the CM Punk SummerSlam Heritage figure from 2012, because I really like how detailed it is, especially for a basic Mattel series. But it is the SummerSlam Heritage series. I just really like I said, the details. So I guess second favorite piece of merch would be this figure right here. But my top favorite would be the program, just like I said, because I've been reading it a lot, just looking over it, and I hope to get a lot of autographs in it in the future. Favorite faction of all time, D-Generation X. I really don't need to say more. D-Generation X. Do you like the current WWE World Heavyweight I don't know if this question is supposed to be champion or championship. So I'll just answer both questions. Do I like the current championship, the title? Yes, that's my, like I said earlier, that's my favorite current title. Do I like the current champion? Yes, I am a big fan of Seth Rollins. I think he's a hell of a performer. I was so happy for him when he cashed in and won the title at WrestleMania. Um, do I think his reign has been what it should have been? He's tried his best, in my opinion. He has had good moments as the heel champion. Um, I just think after tonight, and I'm filming this like literally hours before Battleground, uh, if he beats Brock Lesnar, I think he needs to like split from the Authority somehow and just try to be his own man. I do like Seth Rollins. Maybe he could have been booked a little better as champion, but I do like him as champ. And if he ever does have a second reign, I hope that reign is a little stronger than this one. But in my opinion, he's done his best to be the top heel, and he has had his moments. So yes, I do like the current WWE World Heavyweight Champion, and I am a fan of the current championship. Do you think the Divas should have more titles? No. I think the Divas are fine with the NXT Women's Championship and the Divas Championship. I don't think they need more titles. Favorite finisher? Tombstone Piledriver. I've always been infatuated with that move. Stunner would probably have to come in second. And the Sweet Chin Music would probably have to come in third. But definitely the Tombstone would be my favorite finisher. Favorite stipulation? Hell in a Cell and Tables, Ladders, and Chairs. Which is funny because they're two of the favorite stipulations that my friends and I like to play in 2K14 and 15. Especially when we do multi-man matches. But I love, Hell in a Cell and TLC were defining matches in the Attitude Era because there were matches that ultimately, those matches in a sense set the bar for future matches, and they elevated the careers of the participants who participated in them, especially in the TLC matches with Edge and Christian, Hardy Boys, and Dudley Boys. Favorite pay-per-view? Probably WrestleMania. Not to try to make it sound like a cliche answer, but probably Mania. Because like I said, it's more than just, well, Mania, is the biggest event of the year in WWE and professional wrestling. You never know what's gonna happen. You never know who's gonna make an appearance or what moments might go down. So I'm just gonna go with WrestleMania. And bonus question: have you met any WWE superstars? If so, who? Yes, I have. I haven't met a lot, but I have. Obviously, if you see my WrestleMania 31 weekend story, you know who I met. But if you haven't, I met Rusev, The Ascension, The New Day, Rosa Mendez, and Layla. Alumni-wise, I met. Well, wait a minute. The question asks any WWE superstar. So yeah, alumni-wise, I've met Bret Hart, I've met The Big Show, I've met Kurt Angle. Well, Big Show's not an alumni, but I mean, he just popped in my mind. I met RVD, Rob Van Dam. I think I mentioned him already, but Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Mickey James, Melina, Kelly. Basically everybody that I met at WrestleCon, Access, and then outside of Access, I've met Bret Hart, Kurt Angle, Brodus Clay, Chris Hero, who was formerly Cash Zono on NXT, and Crime Time. That's about it. So that's pretty much all the superstars, current or past, that I've met. So that's it, guys. I've answered the WWE Fan Wrestling Challenge. I'm sorry that this is like 20 minutes long, but hey, like I said, I wanted to do this because I love interactive fan challenges like this. So now I get to nominate 3 people. So these are my 3. These are the 3 I'm challenging: Gemini 888, Mr. Paul JB44, and this one is probably going to be this is probably the craziest challenge I've ever issued. Because considering who I'm about to issue, but because other people have already taken this challenge, I'm going to think outside the box. So Gemini 888, Mr. Paul JB 44, and Trina Michaels. Trina Michaels. You three have been challenged. So I hope you accept my challenge. I'm looking forward to watching your videos. Thank you guys for watching this. To whoever came up with this challenge, thank you, because like I said, I love interactive fan challenges like this. And I'm just gonna end the video right here. Thank you guys for watching. Leave your comments below, subscribe, and I will catch you guys later.